Wait. Turn around. We're down here. 64.
60, 70.
Yeah. Yeah, our room is right here.
It's right here. Oh!
Keep going.
Oh, okay. I was going to say we're right over. It's right here. I was about to say, this is kind of nice.
All right, so this was our first Disney cruise, and it was on the Fantasy.
Yep, we Disney Fantasy out of Port Canaveral, Florida.
Previously, we've been on one other cruise, and that was Carnival on the Legend.
And Carnival Legend is out of Baltimore, Maryland.
To be fair, that was an easy first cruise because we can drive there.
Yes.
And it was inexpensive.
It was very inexpensive. And most people ask the question, is Disney Cruise really worth the money? And I can't answer that for you. I can tell you that for me it was. I think for you it was.
If you enjoy Disney, Disney Cruise is worth the money. If you don't like Disney, I don't think I'd spend that kind of money on that. Maybe go on a Viking cruise.
Or Royal Caribbean or somewhere with a drink package and a casino. Because that's not a Disney cruise. I can't really complain too loudly because I had a great time.
My only suggestion is maybe don't make Disney Cruise your very first cruise.
Oh yeah, you'll just ruin it for yourself. All right, so we're here to talk about room tour. And you just saw the tour. And I want to point out that the biggest difference that we ran into between Disney and Carnival was the actual room size.
So the difference between the room sizes is huge, right? The Carnival room was 185 square feet, which we've lived in a 300 or 400 square foot apartment before. This was really small. Disney is 246. Relatively not a lot of difference, 61 square feet. But that 61 square feet makes a huge impact when you're talking about this big versus this big.
Now, if you've ever been to the Disney bubble and stayed at a value resort, so we're talking like All-Star or Art of Animation, their general rooms come in at 260 square feet. The ones with the 2 beds and the bathroom, basically. So just to give you an idea of the size of the room, it's only like a 14 or 15 square foot difference. So Disney staterooms, at least on the 5C tier I think we were on, it was a Verandah stateroom we were in, Ocean View Deluxe.
It's a family suite, yes.
Yeah.
The Verandah makes all the difference.
Oh, it absolutely does. And we were able to sleep 3 people in there. And so while we slept in a queen size bed, which that bed had no right being as comfortable as it was.
A lot of people ask about the mattresses. They are sort of pillow top mattresses that are on these beds.
And they are comfortable. Now, let's take Carnival, for example. Your queen size bed is 2 twins pushed together with a divot in the middle. No, we didn't have that.
Carnival does that so that you can separate and have singles in the room, which is a awesome thing if you're taking a bunch of your friends or you're sleeping multiple children in a single room together. Disney does not offer that. You don't have that option.
Nope.
So if you're taking a bunch of people on a cruise that aren't married and want to share a bed, you might like Carnival better. I do want to note that my daughter, who slept on the pull-out couch, wasn't a fan of the pull-out bed.
So I laid on it one time when she wasn't looking, and I don't mind jackknife sofas.
It doesn't matter what you think. You're military. For the average person, that bed is very uncomfortable.
Every military person watching this just went, yeah. I do what I'm told, when I'm told, and how I'm told.
So the room was divided with the main bed and then the couch bed, and there is a curtain that divides them. So turning off the lights makes it really dark, especially on our side. But on Lily's side, there was this one light that just...
I'm not sure if we couldn't find the light switch or if she couldn't find the light switch, but the light would get dark, but not 100% dark. It's like there was residual voltage, and we wound up putting a piece of paper over it with some magnets to try and cover it.
Side note, the walls are all metal.
Oh, yeah.
So you can, like, use magnets everywhere.
So if you've never been on a cruise and everybody talks about bringing the magnets, they say that for a reason. Bring your magnets.
Speaking of, the doors are also magnetic, and people decorate. Oh boy,
goodness.
Do they decorate. You will see magnets, names, characters, and some people put what's called fish extenders. That'll be another video, but you will often see those hung next to the door.
Yep.
So the curtains did provide actual room darkening.
Yep. So the curtain that runs down the middle of the room is a blackout curtain, and that sucker is heavy, thick, and dense. And so not only did it block out all of the light, but it actually dampened the sound as well. So if Lily was sitting on the other side of the curtain and she was tapping away, playing a game, listening to music, whatever, the sound was dead, and it was very, very impressive how well that curtain did.
The only complaint I have about the whole setup is I think Carnival had it right better with the bed on the veranda side and the couch on the door side, because kids tend to
Go in and
out, especially when you have teenagers, and I just want to sleep, and my daughter's like trying to sneak past us while we're sleeping, and it just doesn't work.
Yeah,
but
I've seen a 15-year-old hopped up on coconut water and Coca-Cola trying to be stealthy in the middle of the night. It doesn't work well.
If you have it the other way, where your kids are like 8 and they're already asleep and you're coming back from the bar, the setup's great for you.
It's true. But same curtains are on the door going out to the veranda. Heavy, sound deadening, total blackout.
I liked the veranda door and how it worked.
Oh, yeah. No, that was way better than the one we had on Carnival. On Carnival, it was a swing door, but this one was a slide door. And child safety locks and everything, and you didn't feel like you had to put all of your weight into it to get the door open. It's the little things that I think actually matter in this room. But,
well, and so on the newer ship, the Disney Wish, one of the little things, they have this big TV, and it's wall mounted to the foot of the queen size bed.
okay, so we get to watch a movie.
Right. Not the kids.
Not
Got
the
it.
kids.
But it's huge. It's like 50 inches. The TV we had was maybe 19.
Yeah, it was 21, I think, according to the room right
Okay, 21.
But still.
And it was on a swivel, so it could go to either side, but it was this big, not...
Which, honestly, for what we were using the room for, that was more than enough TV. But your mileage may vary on that one.
You know what else was in the room that we didn't talk about was, like, cups. There was cups, little drinking cups.
Oh, the glass. Wait, were they glass or plastic? They were the right size. As dumb as that sounds, I'd forgotten about the cups.
You know what we didn't have in our room waiting for us this time that we did on Carnival was water bottles. And there's a reason. I had read ahead of time that water on the ship was like hyper filtrated.
Oh, yeah. When you go on a Carnival cruise, you can order water to be waiting in your room, and you live and die by those water bottles for the next week.
And they were expensive, but Disney prices.
Disney prices
Disney
on water
wanted
was way
like
higher.
$60 for
a 12-pack.
Yeah.
It was asinine. But the reason for that is the water on the ship is clean. It doesn't taste like ship water or tank water or
And while
park
you can
water.
take a disposable cup with you all over the ship, we brought water bottles and filled them at the water fountains, and it was good water.
It was really good water. So for what it's worth, the water in your stateroom is good.
Well, I don't know. I didn't drink the water out of the bathroom sink.
I did.
Was it the same?
Yeah, same water. I mean, it wasn't as cold because it wasn't coming out of a drinking fountain, or for you Wisconsinites, a bubbler. But no, the water coming out of the sink was great. It's no different than I got out of the drinking fountains elsewhere.
So there were shelves on both sides of the beds.
Yep.
Because I now have a CPAP.
Yep.
Oh, new note, because we've booked a new cruise and I now have a CPAP, you can designate that you need the distilled water and they will provide it to you for free.
Really? Mm-hmm. I did not
So
know
I
that.
do not have to carry the water onto the ship.
Oh, well, that's fantastic. So if you do use a CPAP or a cell phone, because, I mean, I know people use CPAPs, but cell phones are a fad. There are outlets next to the bed for the CPAP or your cell phone. I mean, if you use one of those.
There's also an old school phone, I think, on one of those stands.
Yep. There's a shipboard hotel phone, and it's sitting there.
I really feel like it should be on the desk, not on the nightstand, but I understand wake-up calls.
But, yeah, that's a thing. But when you get on into the stateroom on a ship, power is a big concern. And there were, I don't need two hands for that, there were 5 outlets throughout the room, which on other cruise ships that we've been on, there were 2.
Bring one of those little towers. You know what's awesome about these rooms is they have a lot of storage, a lot of cubbies, a lot of drawers, a lot of cabinets, and you should absolutely unpack and use them.
Why are you looking at me like I live out of my backpack and don't
When
unpack?
we travel, he won't unpack. And I recently learned that normal people unpack.
I'm still in the air on that one.
I've been unpacking and I get through my day so much faster.
Okay, so when you do get on board, seriously unpack. Empty out your suitcases into the drawers, into the cubbies, into the cabinets. Hang up your finery, as it were, your pirate costume, and stick your suitcases under the bed.
Bonus note, get the magnet hooks that most people put on their fridges.
Yeah.
They stick to the walls. You can hang your hat, your coat, your swimsuit,
Your key to the world card.
All kinds of things on these. We had like a dozen of them. They were everywhere.
We just started hanging everything on the walls because why not?
So overall, would we recommend a Disney cruise? Absolutely.
Absolutely. No questions
Is it
asked.
cost prohibitive for people? Yes, it is. To be clear, we spent, for 3 of us, $8,000
Yep.
on that cruise.
Carnival for way more was like $3,000.
Apples and oranges, but you are paying for an experience, and you can get these cruises for cheaper if you find deals online. They often have sales for repeat cruises like Castaway Club, and booking last minute, booking super early, military discounts, which that cruise didn't qualify for, so we didn't get it.
Nope.
And when you're on the ship, they offer bounce backs.
So you can lay down $250 and get 10% off of your next cruise within the next 2 years.
Yeah.
Which is what we did.
And if you don't use it, you get your money back, so it's risk-free.
So take that for what it's
highly recommend. Do understand that it's cost prohibitive, but it is an experience and it's worth doing at least once.
Absolutely. So that's our room tour. That's our review. Thanks for being here. More stuff to come.